Hello, this is Geometry Review 2.8 number 4. It's a warm-up. This is with Mrs. Moslick. This is a great example of a typical type of proof in 2.8. So we are given that M and N are lines and angle 1 and angle 4 are congruent. Prove that 2 and 3 are congruent. So the first thing I would expect you to do is to mark up your pictures. So angle 1 and 4 are congruent. We want to prove, so in red pen, mark up your picture. We want to prove that 2 and 3 are congruent. I think it's pretty easy to see why, but now we have to actually go through the write-up. So the first thing we're going to do is write the given. So the given, we're going to say M and N are lines, and angle 1 is congruent to angle 4. That's the given. Now, one of the first things you should understand is when you see congruence, we need to change it to measure equals measure. So measure of the angle 1 equals measure of angle 4, and that is the definition, you can just put def, of congruence. Okay, now we're going to look at angle 1 and 2. They form a line, so by the supplement theorem, they add up to 180 degrees. 3 and 4 also form a line, meaning we would say that 3 and 4 are a linear pair and 1 and 2 are a linear pair. But by the supplement theorem, they add to 180. So we'll say measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals 180 by the supplement theorem. And in that same line, we can say the measure of angle 3 and the measure of angle 4. Measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4 equals 180 as well. Now, hopefully, if you feel comfortable with the vertical angle theorem proof, you can clearly see what our next step is. I'll give you about 10 seconds to think about what statement 4 will be. Okay, raise your hand if you think you know what statement 4 is. Okay, I will answer the question. Since they both equal 180 by the transitive property, they equal each other. Who had that correct? Nice job, a couple of you guys, but not all of you, so we need to work on practice. So practice proving the vertical angle theorem, and then this proof will be really easy. So this is by transitivity, and we have some issues with Microsoft Word. So go ahead and write down transitivity. Once you write that down, as you're waiting for my Microsoft Word to respond, you go ahead and try the next couple of statements. Do it as best as you can. So what do you think comes after statement 4? Write that down. Okay, for you guys who said we're going to subtract the measure, so we want to, prove measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 3. For you guys who said we want to subtract the angle 1 and angle 4 from both sides, fabulous. We have already established that they are equal to each other. So we're going to use the subtraction property of equality. This is going to be a long step, so I'm going to start it over to the left. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 minus measure of angle 1 equals measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4 minus measure of angle 4. Subtraction property of equality. Subtraction T of equality. If you know your segment addition proofs well, these angle proofs are really easy. They're just the same concept. So now we're just subtraction property of equality. After that is subtraction. So we're left with measure of angle 2 equals measure of angle 3. I'm going to look back up. What do I have to prove? I have to prove that they are congruent to each other. So I'm just going to change that equality into a congruence. So angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. By definition of congruence, feel free to just use def of and then the symbol. Hopefully that was good. You are on your own for the backside. So go ahead and do the backside. Oh, yeah, it looks familiar, doesn't it? It's the same thing as the front side. Please don't look at the front side. Do this back side problem as much as you can. Mark up your original pictures, write down the given, what you want to prove, do as much as you can. And when you're stuck or done, go ahead and check it from on your front side with your front side, or just go back and rewind this video and rewatch my front side. It is so important to practice these proofs because then they become really easy. Have a great day. If you're struggling, ask a friend, ask a neighbor, email me, ask me, get help. These are fun and easy. At least they should feel fun and easy. And if they're not, it's okay to be a